All right, beautiful people. Great evening again. Give us about 2 more minutes and then we will begin. All right, beautiful people. Great evening again. Give us about 2 more minutes and then we will begin. All right. Thank you so much again, everyone, for your patience. We really do appreciate it. But great evening to you all. We appreciate each and every one of you being on this call. So welcome MB401k family. And for those who are visitors who don't know who I am, my name is Laitanya. I am one of the leaders here in this space. And again, it is so great to see each and every one of you. And we will not be before you long, but hey, this is going to be a great conversation. So we want for everyone to relax, okay? Again, this is a conversation. It's a live conversation. Relax. Go get your cup of coffee. Go get your cup of tea. Hey, if you even have to have dinner, it's okay. We just want you to definitely be able to hear this information. All right, so before we get started, I am going to go over a couple of housekeeping tasks, if you will, and then I'm going to turn it over into the hands of our amazing leader. Okay, so for the housekeeping, here's what I want you to do. And again, this is going to be a great conversation. It is, think of it as being in a relaxed mode, but it will be interactive. So we will need your help. So here's what I need for you to do. All right, so in Zoom, you will see a button at the bottom of your screen that says participants. I need for each and every one of you to click on that participants button for me. All right. Now, when you click on that the participants button, I want you to find yourself, find your name. Now, we do understand that a lot of you are using aliases. So I see some names that says iPad. I see some names that says iPhone. All right, but we need for you to provide your name, okay? Your first name, at least your first name, all right? And I'm gonna explain why we need that information, but it all boils to being able to assist you and service you to the best of our ability. So let me tell you how you're able to change your name. So when you find yourself in the list, all right, I need for you to click on the more button. All right, you're going to click on the more button. And when you click on that more button, I need for you to select rename. All right, select rename and a little box will come up. I need for you to go ahead and plug in your first name for me. All right, if you could do that, we would really appreciate it. Let me go over that again. What you're gonna do is click on the participants button at the bottom within Zoom. Once you click on that participants button, find yourself in the list, all right? And when you find yourself, I want you to click on the more button. And when you click on the more button, I want you to select rename. And go ahead, a box will pop up. Go ahead and type your first name in for me. Again, we appreciate that so very much. Now, when you get your first name plugged in, and I thank you guys so much because I see some names being converted, all right? So when you get your name plugged in, here's what I need for you to do next, all right? We know that during this conversation, we will be talking about everything GSP, all right? So in case you're wondering what GSP stands for, is Gold Standard Partners, all right, GSP. So I need for all the people who are a part of GSP currently, and you have G999, or you have a D5, okay? You may have both. If that is the case, I want you to go ahead and drop a number 1 in the chat for me. All right. Again, if you have G999 or you have a DeFi and your coins are just sitting there in your wallet and you haven't done anything with them yet, go ahead and type a 1 in the chat for me. Thank you so much. I see those ones coming through. Again, thank you for everyone who renamed, okay, who provided your first name. We appreciate it. All right, I see those ones coming through. Again, let me repeat that. For those who are already a part of GSP and you have G999 and or a DeFi, all right, and your coins are just sitting there, go ahead, again, drop a 1 in the chat for me. Thank you so much. All right, now, for those who have a community node or a exclusive node and your coins are just sitting there, you don't know what to do with them, don't worry. I want you to put a 2 in the chat for me. All right, go ahead and drop that 2 in the chat. Let me repeat that. If you have a community node or an exclusive node, all right, and you haven't done anything with your coins yet, drop a 2 in the chat. All right, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, if you are interested, all right, you saw those interest rates, it looks interesting to you. Okay, you may be a newbie who wants to get started, you're interested in GSP, go ahead and drop a 3 in the chat for me. All right, if that's you, go ahead and drop a 3 in the chat. All right, let me repeat that. So again, if you're new, you have not plugged into any services within GSP and you're interested, go ahead and drop a 3 in the chat. All right, thank you so much. I still see those numbers coming through. And finally, if you are a certificate holder within GSP, if you are a certificate holder, I want you to go ahead and drop a 4 in the chat for me. Go ahead, drop those 4s. If you are a certificate holder, current
4% earnings coming through.
Absolutely. Go ahead, drop a 4 in the chat for me. All right, I see those 4s coming through. All right, thank you guys so much. We definitely appreciate your participation. All right, but there is more to come. Again, this is just housekeeping. And that information, the reason why we need it is so that we can be able to service you more with this information. So again, thank you so much. And it is always a plum-pleasing pleasure to be before you all. Now, without further ado, I do want to turn it over into the hands of our amazing leader. If you all heard the message that she dropped in the chat, and she's been sending several messages out to each and every one of you, but we are definitely happy to, in this journey of her life right now, and we know it's definitely been some tough pills to swallow, if you will, but we love her so dearly, more than she could ever know. And we miss her, but we're definitely glad to have her back, and we're always happy to be before you all. So without further ado, I introduce to some of you who are newbies in this space to our fearless leader, Kimberly.
Oh, who's she talking about?
Look at
that. She always making blush and smile. No, Latanya is very, very, very dear to me. She knows that. It goes without saying how much I adore and love her and appreciate her. And I know many of you who are on this call can attest the same sentiment of feelings about this golden heart of an individual who was God sent. And I say this every time we come together on these Zoom calls. If y'all thanking me, y'all have to thank her first, because she was the one who introduced me to this space. And I am always grateful for that conversation that we had that sparked my interest and has groomed into how long, we on 3-4 years? It's gone by so
yes,
fast.
darling. Absolutely.
And many, many, many more to come, right?
You know it.
And so I could go on and on and on. I could take this moment to go in the past and kind of tell you, what's been going on with me and how my life has transitioned. That's what I like to say. It has transitioned to where I am now. But God is good. That's what I'm going to sum up. He has never left or forsaken me, and I am eternally grateful for that, despite everything that I have experienced. And one of the lessons that I try to teach myself consistently and my children is it's all about looking at the glass half empty or half full. And I have always decided to take the journey and look on the glass being half full, meaning that the positive of it. What have I learned? What have I been able to how can I become a better person in those situations? How can I be a better mother, a better leader, a better woman of God, right? And so, yeah, it's been challenging. You know, I question God sometimes, but he's always kept me and helped me. And I have a purpose. I have a assignment to serve and to edify and lead people to greatness. And I will always continue to do that. And knowing that in my heart, that's what keeps me and wakes me up every day. And that's why we're here today, because I have to continue the assignment. And as the message said, the marathon continues. It hasn't ended, right? Sometimes we take breaks, and even in marathons, you see them people be stopping, taking a breather, drinking some water. That's what I was doing. I was drinking my water. That's what I was doing, drinking my water, getting rejuvenated and ready for the marathon to continue. And so that's why we're here tonight.
Absolutely.
Right. So I don't want to be before you long, but at the same time, I want to make sure that I am detailed enough to where when you leave here, you have a greater understanding of GS Partners. That's the content of the conversation tonight, and the opportunities and the savings vehicles that they have presented that's available to us, that have been available to us for quite some time. I know there are a couple of people in here who've been with us on this journey since the inception of GS Partners 2 years ago when we first got started. Actually, on the 24th will be my 2-year anniversary with GS Partners. I signed up a day before my birthday and never forget it. Next person was Latanya. Sign me up.
I have both of my hands raised.
And so we've been consistent with this company. And honestly, you know, we dabbed in, dibbled in, kind of snuck over here, tried this, did some quick stuff, quick money makers, and who's still standing? Consistently.
GS.
And every development phase gets better. And we thought it was great to earn 3.5% a year on our money. You about to introduce 4% a week.
Come on now.
And that's just one part of this diversified 3 ways that's being paid in this savings vehicle, right? So I just want to take the time to kind of dive into that, right? And make sure everybody understands what that looks like. And I want you to guys, and I said in the last message, if you got it, you need some pen and paper because we're going to school. It's going to be class tonight. Because I'm a believer that when you write the vision and you see it and you imprint it on paper, it imprints itself into your brain. We're kinetic creatures, right? That's why we learn to write and read. So it embeds itself in us. That's how we can remember. That's how we learn. It's a natural instinct. That's how we were created. So we're going to talk. We're going to do that. We're going to write some numbers down. You're going to see them numbers. Say, hey, plan A, plan B, where I want to be. Kind of see it from that perspective. So please have some pen and paper because we're going to go through that. So again, like Tanya, thank you. And to all the 26 additional people on the call tonight, thank you for joining us tonight. And I'm going to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And we're going to dive right in. Okay, dive right on in. All right. So again, I'm going straight to it. Now, if you're new to us and you have not been a part of GS Partners, what you're looking at is basically the savings certificate that GS Partners offer. Okay, I'm not going to go through. Now, people who are part of GS Partners, you should know how to navigate to this space. Okay, if you don't, we got a problem, but you should know how to get here. So basically, just for kicks and giggles, on the left-hand side of the menu, you'll open up the menu, go down to Olympus Meta Certificates. If you haven't been in about a month or two, some changes have happened. They've done some upgrades, and that's what we're going to talk about. They've added some clarification around. Everybody can see my screen? Let me make sure. Everybody can see my screen?
Absolutely.
Okay. So they've added some clarification and some clarity around the way that you earn, how long you earn. And so we're going to go through that too. But before we go into the FAQ part of it and, understanding your term agreements and things of that nature, I'm going to do a quick overview of the certificates. And I'm only going to focus on two. Okay, I'm going to focus on the Artemis, which is a $500 investment. And then I'm going to do a comparison with the Hermes, which is a $2,000 investment, okay? I'm doing that because presentations that I've been on, they move all the way to the Apollo, $10,000. Okay, great, but let's take baby steps, let's take some baby steps. Let's be more realistic. We got people, got large families, got things to do, and this space is new. So it's not ideal for someone all the time to jump into a $10,000 investment, but 500 to 2,000 seems a lot more comfortable for people, right? And so I want you to be able to see yourself using these certificates. So what I want you to think about and what I want you to write down in the next 5 to 10 years, and I was telling my Tanya this, we should not be ashamed to know that we love money. Now, when I say love money, I'm not saying go crazy about money, but what I'm saying is the idea of money is a tool, right? And we have to acknowledge the fact in order for us to meet our goals, our aspirations, and including fulfilling our destiny and our purpose in life as parents, as a husband or wife, to build a legacy for our family, utilize the tool that's available to do that, and that is money. But what we draw short in is best practice and management of money, making those sacrificial shifts in our way of spending, the way of saving, and eliminating fear. Sometimes we have to take a gamble. We gamble money all the time. We gamble money, we go into Target and say, hey, I'm going in there for some orange juice, and you come out with 10 things. You spending unnecessary money. You didn't need those things. The way Target marketing structure is set up is designed for you to come out and spend 2 times what you went in there for, right? So when we can make a mental shift about the way we spend money and be conscious about, hey, I need to do this because if I don't, I'm selling myself short, I'm selling my children short, I'm selling my destiny short. You have to make that shift. And so that's my challenge to you tonight. But what I want you to do, if you do have your pen and paper, in 5 to 10 years, what is that one thing that you want to gift yourself or somebody important to you in your life? Is it a new car? Is it a house? Is it a vacation? Is it starting a savings vehicle for your child? I know some people on here just got some babies. We got, new generations being birthed every single day. What is something that you want to provide for yourself and for your family, or goal that you have that you have not started yet because you don't have the means, or you haven't taken the time out of really sitting down and allocating money into something and putting it away and saving it. It could be a life insurance policy. It could be a retirement savings account. It could be, a startup for your business. What is that one thing that if you could put some money away and let it grow and it will fund that dream, what would that one thing be? That's the first thing I want you to write down. All right. Now, the second thing is I'm just going to open up each one of these certificates. I'm going to open up the Artemis, I'm going to open up the Hermes, and I'm going to show you what the earnings is. I'm actually going to pull up a calculator, right? Because you need to write down these numbers as well. Are we recording this? Tanya?
You know what? Thank you so much for the reminder. No, it was being recorded on Facebook, but not recorded via Zoom. So let me go ahead and press that record button. Thank you, dear.
Yes. All right. Okay. So here we are. Okay. So Artemis. Okay. So when you open this, okay. You love? All right. So the Artemis. Okay. One thing there's something very important that I want you to first understand about these savings certificates. Okay. First thing is it earns 3 different ways. That's why I say it's a diversified portfolio. Okay. Now, what I want you to do, how do I do this? What I want you to do right now is just focus on this section right here. I'm horrible. I'm left-handed. I'm sorry. I've never used this before. So forgive me. But I want you to just focus on this area right here. Okay. Nothing else yet, just this middle section. Okay. All right. So Artemis, it says max load 200, 250, price 250. All right. It gets confusing. I wish they would turn it around, but the price of 250 is what you are making your purchase price for the certificate is 250. Then you load it with an additional 250. So the investment, the total investment for this Artemis certificate is $500. Okay. Now, do you earn on both? Do you earn on the $500? Absolutely. I know it doesn't seem that way based on what's said here, but yes, you do. All right. Now, there's a lot of zeros down here when it comes to bonuses because there are no bonuses on an Artemis certificate. The bonuses start, and that's free money. If you read my text, you leave some of us may be leaving free money on the table, but they're giving you some bonuses on the next tier. But we understand that some people aren't there yet to make an investment 2,000. But for those who want to start with 500, it's still a great product. Okay, so you're getting a max load of 250 once you purchase it for $250. So the way that looks is you're going to do 2 transactions. You're going to do 1 transaction for $250 to purchase it, and then you're going to do another transaction to load it for another $250. So that's the initial $500. Okay. Now, what we're going to move over to now is this section. How do I delete this? Anybody know? I don't even know how to delete it. Where is the clear? All right, clear all. Okay. All right, now we're going to move over to this side, okay? Because this is going to explain your earning potential. Okay, okay, so we're going to focus it on here. All right, so the contract period is 18 months. All right, so your investment and your earnings is for a term of 18 months. Okay, so you earn 2 ways. So you got a weekly APY starting at 100% load. So this 1.38% is a weekly fixed rate once it's loaded 100%. What does that mean? That means I'm going to buy the certificate for $250 and then I'm going to load it with $250. So until you load it for $250, you don't start earning this 1.38%. All right. So that's that. Okay. We're going to calculate out what that means. All right. Lydian Lions, just a bonus. I'm not going to get into that because that's a whole nother universe, literally. But you earn some Lydian Lion dollars. You earn some legacy points, which is an incentive inside GS Partner. And then you earn a bonus on top of that when you sponsor somebody. But we're not going to talk about that. Okay. What we're going to talk about is this meta certificate reward that pays weekly at 1.3% on the price of $250. Right? That's the first way you earn. Okay. The second way you earn is on the second $250 because you're going to get this fixed reward of 1.3 because you decided to participate in this program when you bought it for $250. All right. When you load the additional $250, it goes in what's called a meta portfolio. This meta portfolio is a managed account by BD Swiss that trades on your behalf. Their performance averages out to a reward of 6% a month on average. All right. For the last couple of months, it's been between 4 and 5%. Okay. So when we do our calculations, we're not going to do 6%. We're going to do 4% because I want to be very conservative about this. And you're still going to see it's still a great return and a great option. All right. So again, the $250 that you bought the certificate for, you're getting rewards of 1.38% a week. Once you load the $250, that goes into a managed trading account and it trades on your behalf. And the average reward is 6%, up to 6% monthly, but it's paid quarterly. All right. Now this bonus down here is eligible, but since this one does not have any bonuses, as you can see, we're not going to talk about this last bullet point because it's not applicable to this certificate. Everybody following me so far? Put some flames in the chat if you're following me. I need to make sure that everybody's following me. Following me, following me. I can't, because I got the annotation on. I can't even see the message. Okay. Drop some fire. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. All right. Great. Now, this over here, just because it's here, I'm just going to acknowledge the fact that we're not going to talk about this over here either, because this is another product inside of this, but it requires you to put an investment of $7,000. So we're not going to talk about that. If somebody says, hey, I got $7,000 and I want to talk about options here, we'll go over here, but this is not part of this presentation right now. And honestly, there's nobody in GS Partners focusing on this, because this here is enough to get you started. All right. All right. So now what we're going to do is I want to give you, now here's where your pen and paper comes in. So I want you to put Artemis at the top. I want you to put $500 investment, but I want you to put under that 250 and 250. Okay. All right. So we're going to calculate out this first initial payout, this weekly fixed 1.38, and we're going to talk about how much that is, because what you have the option to do. So we talked about 1 and 2. So let me back up. So I said, hey, you earn 3 ways. Yeah, keep me accountable. I said you earn 3 ways, right? So way 1 is this weekly payout of 1.38%. The second way is this up to 6% monthly. What's the third way? Oh, guess what? You have the option to compound this 1.38 and this 6%. So that's the third income stream inside this portfolio, or the third earning way inside this portfolio. So you can take those earnings, those weekly earnings, and those monthly earnings, which are actually paid out quarterly, and you can compound them on top of your 250 in your meta portfolio. All right. So I'm gonna repeat myself again. Remember, we got 250 that's earning a reward, and then we got 250 that's trading. Those rewards that you get weekly can go on top of the 250 in the trade account. The average rewards that you get from the trading account, up to 6% a month paid out quarterly, can go on top of the 250 in that trade account. The trade account doesn't hold the whole 500. Okay, that trade account only holds the 250 and everything that you compound on top of that. All right, I want to make sure that's clear. So you got 2 different ways earning in 2 different kind of pockets. Okay, all right. So let's go to the calculator. Okay, so for some reason my computer is locking up. Oh gosh. Oh no. Hold on. Is it because of this? Oh, okay, that was me. Oh shoot. Let me clear this out because it's on this screen now. Okay, all right. So we got $250 that's earning. We got $250, right? That's earning 1.38%, right? Okay, so that equates to 345, I'm sorry, not 300, I wish, $3.45 a week, okay? Now, this is an 18-month term. So how many weeks is that in 18 months, right? So that's 72 weeks. So we're gonna do that 345 times 72, okay? Because that's what you're earning, all right? So that's $248.40 that's going to be given to you over 18 months, but you have the ability to compound that, right? Monthly. So when you divide that by 18 months, that's $13.80 that you can compound every month. So put $13.80 per month earned on the Artemis. $13.80 per month earned on the Artemis. Okay. Now, we're going to move over to the interest earning calculator. All right. And we're going to assume that you take the approach that you compound your returns that you earn from your weekly payout and your quarterly payout that's earned monthly. I hope y'all are still following me. Okay. All right. So we're going to do the compound interest. Everybody following? Y'all can unmute y'all. Can they unmute themselves? Because I would like hearing voices.
They should be able to.
Okay. Y'all following me? Put a yes in the chat. Y'all following me, please. Can we unmute? Let me unmute. I want to hear y'all. Can we unmute them?
Everyone is welcome to unmute.
Y'all need some feedback. Let me hear y'all voice. Okay. All right. So y'all can see my compound interest. Okay. So let's say, okay, we back at the Artemis. Let's go 250, right? 250 is that initial investment. Again, that's going into the trading portfolio, right? So we said it's average 6%. Well, we're going to be very conservative. We're going to say 4% earned monthly. The term is 18 months. If you compound at 1380, that's what this says, additional deposit. So that's 1380 that's going in every month, right? So we're going to go ahead and see what that returns after. No, that's not right. Oh, this is week. No, this is monthly. 18 months. Okay, there we go. All right, so go back. So we got 250 trading for you, earning 4% monthly for 18 months. You're compounding 1380 monthly. After 18 months, your investment out of your pocket is $500. After 18 months, that turns into $860, right? So what I want you to write down is 500 after 18 months, return on investment is $860. And that's very conservative, that's 4%. Just for kicks and giggles, let's just say 6%. If it gets to 6%, that's 1140. Double your money. We want to get to the point where you're doubling money, but we can't guarantee that you double your money, right? So let's just say $800 to $1,000 off of $500 investment on an Artemis, given the fact that you compound every single week and every quarter. You do not withdraw. If you decide to withdraw, let's see what that amount is, right? So we said 800 to 1,000 if you compound. If you do not compound, this can't be. Okay, if you do not compound, shoot. If you do not compound, you're just going to basically get an extra $250, right? Because that's $250 that has turned into $500. If you do not compound. Okay. All right. Now, is everybody clear on that?
I hear you.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So that's the Artemis. Okay. So now we're going to go to the Hermes. All right. So we should be able to breeze through this a little bit easier, but we're still going to focus on this middle section first, because now we're talking about bonuses. All right. Now we're talking about some bonuses at the bottom. All right. I'm not going to focus on all of them because a lot of them, there's two of them that requires you to go into Lydian World, and we're not going to talk about Lydian World right now. All right, so here we are. We got Hermes, okay? Hermes. So again, as I previously explained, you buy it for $1,000 and you load it with another $1,000. So your initial investment is what? $2,000, okay? Now you do got some bonuses down here, right? You got this meta mining, meta trade, and portfolio. Our conversation tonight is only on the meta portfolio. Okay, so with this bonus, they're giving you an extra $750. Now, for those who bought the Hermes before January the 17th, your bonus was $1,125, $1,125 that actually went into the portfolio and traded on your behalf. It was free money. They have since changed it. The first thing they changed is the amount. It went down to $750. The second thing that they changed is that this $750 does not go into the trading account. It's a bonus that you get after the 18-month term. Got that clarification today. Okay. So our calculations are going to look different, but I'm going to show the calculations for those who already have a Hermes, so you know your numbers. And then I'm going to do the calculation for the person who doesn't have a Hermes, so you know your numbers. It's going to look significantly different, but we're going to go through it. Okay. So initial 2,000 investment, right? Okay. So we understand that, right? Okay. So back over here on this side, we're back over here. All right. Talking about this breakdown. All right. So now we have an increased APY when you have a little bit more money to work with. It's 4.15%. All right. You get these bonuses and all of that. Again, it's the same. There's nothing changed here. Right? It's just the numbers of how much. So here you get paid weekly 4.15 on the price. Again, that's the price, this $1,000. That price of $1,000, you get 4.15%. And the other 1,000 goes into the portfolio and it trades for you. And that's where you're earning up to 6% monthly. All right. Again, you can't take advantage of any of this down here until it's max loaded. So we're going to talk about this a little later, but there's now a timeline on how much time you have left to load your certificate. So that was one of the reasons why we had to call this emergency meeting for those who hold certificates, but now we have a time clock to fill it. We're going to talk about that when we get to the FAQ section, okay? All right, so let's do the calculations on this one. Okay, all right, so we're talking about, oh, I'm still got this on, okay. All right, so let's clear this out. All right, so we got $1,000 that's earning 4.15% a week. So that's $41.50, right? So that means in 18 months, 72 weeks, right? So that's 41.50 times 72. So that's 29.88, right? So 29.88 divided by 18 months gives us 100. Wait, that's not, Latanya, didn't Steve have a different number? And I'm still trying to figure out, you know what? It's not 72.
Okay, I'm checking now.
78.
It should be 78 weeks.
That's right. That's right. That's why I'm like, it's not supposed to be 72. It's 78 weeks. Who was that corrected me? Thank you. All right, so 41.5 times 78 weeks. All right, so that is 32.37. All right, now divide that by 18 months. 179.83. Okay, so 179.83, write that number down. So that is what you're earning per week, per month on the Hermes, 179.83. So Hermes initial investment is 2,000. On the weekly fixed rate, it equates out to 179.83 per month. 179.83 per month. All right, so now we're going to go to our compound calculator. All right, so for those who have a Hermes, you received a bonus on top of the 1,000 of 1125. Okay, so that means that your trading amount is actually 2125. And if you did the Santa, I don't know who got it when it was on the Santa. I think that number goes up to like 3,000 when they were giving extra money out. But I know there's several people on here who have a Hermes and was able to take advantage of this bonus. So this is your investment in your trading account. It's 2125. You put the 1,000 in, GS Partner, BD Swiss, whomever gave you another $1,125. Okay, so you got 2125 trading on your behalf. Okay, the fixed rate doesn't change because that's on that first 1,000, remember? But your variable rate from 4 to 6% paid out earned monthly, that's on that 2125, right? So if we just say 4%, being very conservative on 21-25 for 18 months, and your additional, what was that number? What was that number? 179.83. We put 179.83 here. Monthly. So we calculate that out. $8,916 on 2,000. If we go up to 6%, 11,623. So I would say 8 to 10,000. If you got yours before January the 17th. If you got it before January the 17th, you're trading at 21.25, your earnings 179.83 a month off your fixed rate, and your 4 to 6% can yield you after 18 months, 8 to 10,000. Y'all following me? 8 to 10,000. All right. Now, everybody following me? Y'all following me?
Yes, we're following you.
Yes.
So for those who are new and just now getting a certificate, your investment into the portfolio is $1,000. Okay. I'm sorry, but you kind of missed that bonus. All right. But let's just calculate it out. So your $1,000, 4% monthly, 179 monthly is 6,000 on 4%. If we go up to 6%, 8,000. So 6 to 8,000 for any newcomers on a certificate. And then you'll add the 750 that you get, that bonus that you get. Okay, so 6 to 8,000 if you do not currently own these, plus another 750 that comes after the 18-month term. All right.
And that is still amazing from
Definitely.
2,000. I mean, it's incredible, the interest that you get.
It definitely is.
And
Right?
the bonus, like you said, that's free money.
It is. It definitely is. So now that we have an idea on how this money goes in, how it earns, what those figures look like on the back end after your 18 months, I want to spend some time. Now, does anybody have any questions right now? Because what I'm about to go over is some FAQs. And honestly, it may answer some questions that people have. Do we have any questions on the calculations or anything we talked about so far? Want me to keep going?
Yes, you can keep going.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So what they did is they put together this FAQ section for our certificate holders because there was a lot of unknowns, and so they wanted to make sure that we brought some clarification around it. So I'm just going to go through these FAQs, okay? This right here is just basically giving you the same review that we went over. It's just telling you what your bonus amount is total and price and all that. So I'm not going to go through that, okay? But I will just specify this again. So weekly, the Meta Certificate Payback Program rewards up to 4.15% week. Right now, it's been consistently 4.15%. But as things change, things could change long term. They wanted to put in up to 4.15% paid weekly. Because right now, it's been consistently 4.15% paid weekly. But if it changed, one can't be surprised because it says right here up to 4.15% paid weekly. All right. Then the monthly. So you got the payback program rewards up to 6% paid out quarterly. Right. And so how that calendar works is when you first buy your certificate, it doesn't start trading in that month. So if you buy it this month in February, it won't start trading until March. So you got March, April, and May. Then there's a 30-day waiting period. So then you have to wait to June for all of the payouts to happen, but it doesn't show up in your back office until July. Okay, so basically I would say 5 months is how long it'll take for you to see that payout. Okay, so it's earning for 3 months, but it takes a full 30 days for the cycle to complete itself, all the transactions to be paid out, calculated, and then it'll show up that following month on the 1st. Okay, so just consider it like a 5-month window from the time to start trading until you actually see your rewards in your back office. Okay, and then annual, we're not going to talk about that because we're not doing the mining part. Okay, that's a whole nother avenue. All right, and again, that means you are putting more money into a certificate or putting money into the mining side of it, right? So we're just going to focus on the certificate initial investments and what that earns, and that's what these two are, the weekly and the monthly. Okay. All right, so again, this is just everything I already showed. I'm not going to go into detail on that. It's just breaking that down again. So the up to 6% that I talked about on a trading, they're saying up to 8%, 18% paid out quarterly because it pays out, like I just mentioned, trades and earns for every 3 months, right? But it takes another cycle of a month and before that shows up. But they're saying they paid out quarterly 18%. They need to say up to 18%, 4.15. And again, we're not going to talk about the mining and the trading. Okay, this just talks about how to get started. You can talk to your sponsor on that. Okay, so here's the FAQ. It says, when will I be eligible to receive the 4.15 weekly on my certificate rewards on the price of the Meta certificate? And I mentioned that before, but it's basically pointing out that in order for you to start earning it, you must load it with the full $1,000. Right, so that's when you begin to earn a 4.15%. You may, if you bought a certificate and you didn't load it, and you're looking at the Hermes, you bought it for $1,000, but you didn't load the other $1,000, you're not going to earn that 4.15% weekly until it's earned. Okay, that's what that's saying. Okay, when will I be eligible to receive a 6% monthly pay?
I have a question.
By the on my portfolio load. The same thing is when it's loaded. Okay, so the user will be eligible for this monthly Meta portfolio paid quarterly once the load is filled to the maximum and maintain at this maximum. Okay, the only way that it will not stay at its maximum, we had a conversation with our leaders today, is like I mentioned, you have the option to withdraw your earnings, right? So let's say that you completely loaded your portfolio with 1,000 on a Hermes. Okay, I need somebody to remove themselves because I hear some background noise. I'm sorry. I'm sure who that is. All right, thank you. Okay, so let's say that you loaded with 1,000. So right now you got $1,000, even $1,000 in your trading portfolio. So it means it's trading for you. Let's say that BD Swiss has a bad month and it falls below, they take a loss that month. Let's just say, hypothetically, they take a loss that month. That means that your $1,000 can go less than, your portfolio can fall less than $1,000. If that happens, then you won't be receiving your monthly earnings because it's not filled to the max. That has not happened. That scenario has not happened since this inception of this, but that is the only way that it will. So the advice that we're getting from the leaders is at least compound 1 to 2 of your earnings so that you have a cushion in there in the case that they have a bad month and it falls below. Because if it falls below, then you have to go back and put in the difference to bring it back to 100%. Because I was asking a question, I said, how can it fall below? And it's like, oh, if it trades and has a bad month and loses, then that's the way it can fall below the 100%. So the way to keep that from happening, because there are some people, they take their rewards every month, every quarter, right? Or every week, every quarter. But if you want to make sure that that may not happen and your portfolio stops earning, then you could recommended to compound at least one of those quarterly, because that's where most of the earnings come, is through that quarterly, right? Through the quarterly one. So just if you decide to, hey, I'm going to take my earnings every week or every month or whatever, every quarter, just compound at least one of those every quarter to keep you above that threshold. All right. Not saying it can happen. It is going to happen. I'm just saying it could happen. All right. Okay. So that's that. It says if the load remains partially filled. Now, this is what's important for my current holders right now and just moving forward as well. But because I know some people have empty certificates or partially loaded certificates. So this is very critical for you to understand. If the load remains partially filled by 18-month expiration, did I miss them? I don't know where that piece is. It seems like it's out of order, but I'm going to explain this 18 months. So it says if the load remains partially filled after 18 months expiration, and 35% penalty is charged and the remainder is set back to user. Certificates will expire. Here we go. Certificates will expire after 18 months if remains at 0. So here is the new information that everybody needs to understand. There is an expiration date on your load time for the certificate. Okay. First of all, if the 18 months run out and you don't fill it all the way, first of all, you put money in there that's not growing, it's not doing anything. And then if you get to the 18 months and that 18 months expire, you have money in there, yeah, you can get partial. You're only going to get 65% because they're going to charge you a 35% penalty. So that's what's important here. The second thing is when you purchase your certificate, all Meta certificates purchased before January 17th must be filled before January 1 of 2024. Important. Please make note. And I know many of you have purchased when we were taking advantage of the buy 3, get 1 free. We thought, hey, I just want to go ahead and get them and I'll load them later. They told us that there wasn't going to be any expiration date. Well, heck, that's changed. And let me tell you why it's changed. The reason why it's changed is because the agreement between GS Partners and BD Swiss is that our side of partners is going to bring business to BD Swiss. If you have a certificate and it's only sitting there and it's not being traded, who's not making money? BD Swiss. So we got tons of people in the community globally and within GS Partners who took advantage of the incentive in a very wise manner. And we said, oh, I'm going to buy it and I'm going to load it later. Well, now you got all these empty certificates, and BD Swiss, although they have all these members who have a certificate, they're not trading our account. I have several that are not filled too. Okay. So they're not making money. Yeah, they're paying us a percentage of 6%, but they trade trillions of dollars a day. They make a lot of money. Do they need our money? No. But it was the agreement that GS Partners made with them. We're going to bring you these number of customers, and this is your projected, gains on managing our account for us. Well, we got several people who aren't taking advantage of that. So they had to put an expiration date on it to stay true to their commitment and their relationship with BD Swiss. So they had to put a timeline on it. So that is, again, if you purchase your certificate before January 17th of this year, it must be filled by January 1st of 2024. If you purchased it after January 17th, then you have was it 18 months or 12 months, Tanya?
18 months.
Yes, I remember. You have 18 months from that time to fill it, because that is going to be, you have 18 months to fill it. And even if you wait to that 18th month, because I know this question is going to come up, even if you wait to that 18 months, yes, you're still going to earn for your 18 months. You're still going to earn for your 18 months. So you can wait until that 18th month to fill it. You'll still get your 18 months of earnings. Okay. So you have 18 months to fill it. Once it's filled within those 18 months, you're going to earn for another 18 months. Okay. All right. So it says the figures for this explanation purpose is not to guarantee anything. Past performance is not guaranteed a future performance. Okay, we understand that. All right. Now here's the other thing. It says the meta portfolio will pause if load is not maintained at max, which you talked about. So in the case that it goes below 100%, and then it'll pause. It won't trade for you, right? So it has to be at max in order to even trade for you, and in order for you to get the 4.15%. So it pauses everything. You don't get the 4.15%, and it don't trade for you if it ever falls below 100%. All right. Next question: can I compound or withdraw my rewards from the meta portfolio and the meta certificate? Yes. Which is paid weekly. You can, or you can compound it into the meta portfolio. It's the same with the 6% earned and paid out weekly. You can compound it or you can withdraw it. Either or. Okay. It says available awards must be actioned. Here's the other important step. This is for everybody to understand. Okay. I'm going to read it slowly and make sure I break it down so that you understand it. Okay. The available awards, that mean when I talk about your reward, I'm talking about your portfolio rewards. Okay, that means the trading account side of it. Okay, those rewards must be actioned as either withdraw or as compound. If no action is taken, that's why I was sending people, hey, you compound, you compounding. If you don't compound or you don't withdraw, the meta portfolio, remember that's the trading account, will pause and be held in a BlockX Vortro wallet until further action is taken by a user. What does that mean? That means if you get a quarterly payout after 5 months and you let it sit there and you don't hit the withdraw or you don't hit the compound, it's not going to trade for you anymore until you hit compound or withdraw. I can't give an explanation as to why they came to this conclusion and put this rule in place. We're still trying to find out why. What is the purpose behind that? But for now, I know people have to set a timer, a reminder. And so until they upgrade their technology and be able to turn on automatic withdrawal, automatic compound, you have to go in there and make a selection. Otherwise, you are leaving money on the table. We don't want to do that. You put your good money, hard-earned money, have expectations. You got to take your part and you got to be responsible and go in there and withdraw compound every time the rewards to the portfolio side, that earnings that comes out, like we calculated, literally like every 5 months, even though it's paid out quarterly, right? Earned quarterly, but paid out every 5 months. You need to go in there. And I'm going to send y'all a chart. We got a chart that says, hey, these are the months that your stuff should pay out based on when you loaded your certificate, okay? But you have to go in there and make that action. If you don't, it's not trading. It's gonna be held there. And what we don't know is, okay, let's say you forget for a month, and then you go in and you hit compound. How long does it take for it to go back into the trading side of it? We don't know that answer yet. Okay, so don't delay it. Put yourself in the best situation. Don't delay it. Even if you want to withdraw, you withdraw it, it's still earned for you because you took action. If you compound it, it still trades for you because you took action. Okay, but you got to do one or the other. Okay, this compound will take place for the remaining period of the contract only. The period is 18 months. Okay, it says an example: if Samantha receives a payback, I'm right here. It says if Samantha receives a payback reward from her meta portfolio and receives her first reward after 120 days, she can choose to compound that reward into the remaining period of 14 months. And that's 18 months minus 120 days, which means 14 months. So basically it's just saying, you know, it is only 18 months. It doesn't extend it if you take your rewards or compound it. Okay. So that's just basically stating how much longer you have after she took her first rewards after 120 days, which is what, 4 months, right? So her duration of her earnings is 14 months. Okay, so that's just giving a scenario there. All right. So yeah, those are some very important points that I need you to take down notes and understand with clarity and importance. All right. The time that you have left to load it and the importance of compounding or withdrawing for those who have fully loaded certificates. Okay. When will I be eligible for the bonus of the Meta certificate? So we're talking about those bonuses that we talked about down here. All right, says once the load is filled at its max and maintain as its max. So we kind of reiterated that as we were going through these FAQs and having our conversation. If the load remains partially filled and reiterating this by 18 months expiration, then there's a 35% penalty. And when the remainder is sent back to the user. So if you ever partially fill it, which I would not encourage anyone unless you have a very diligent plan to do it within 18 months. I would encourage you to fill that sucker as fast as possible so you don't forget or something runs into you run into an issue or whatever, something comes up, pay yourself first. Load the certificate so you don't have to be in a situation where you can be penalized because you didn't fill it after your 18-month expiration. Okay, you don't want to have to lose your money. The point is to earn on your money. And these are very, very good returns. So be serious about it. You're going to do it. Not partially, do it. Okay. The bonus amount issued to certificate holders will be reduced in the future, which it has already. We just talked about that. Back in the end of last year to beginning of this year, up to the 17th, that bonus was $11.25. Now it's $7.50. So the bonus amount issued to certificate holders will be reduced in the future, which it has already. And at some point, it's probably going to be zero. But yet and still, it's still good returns with the 4% and up to 6% monthly. Please stay up to date on all bonus requirements for this product. Okay. Next, when will I be able to withdraw the bonus received upon load of my Meta portfolio? Back over here. So this is that bonus. When will I be able to withdraw the bonus received? All right. That's $750. That's currently now a bonus. When would I be able to withdraw that? At the end of the 18-month contract period, total of entire Meta portfolio is available for withdrawal. So let me break that down. So with the Hermes, the bonus is $750, you loaded $1,000. So after 18 months, you'll be able to withdraw $1,750. For those who already have it, your withdrawal amount is going to be $21.25. So the calculations that we had, that included the initial investment. Okay, keep that in mind. That was inclusive of your initial investment. All right. So if you compound, that's going to be that $21.25 plus what you earned that gave you that $8,000 to $10,000. So I want you to be like, oh, it's $8,000 to $10,000 and I'm supposed to get another $21.25. No, it's going to be the $21.25 plus everything you compound on top of that equals the $8,000 to $10,000. Does that make sense? It's inclusive of your principal. Okay. All right. The performance and totals and market dependent average as per technology partners data history. So basically what they're saying is past performance is not guaranteed based on future results. Their average is 6% a month. It could fluctuate because the market it can fluctuate. It's dependent on technology and how they run their business. All right. So they're just saying it's not a guarantee, but this is what their performance has shown thus far. All right. What can I do with the Lydian lines received from the Meta certificate? The Lydian lines are issued in order to help users get citizenship within Lydian world. Now, there may be some people, let me just say this. There may be some people on the call who have the Venus certificates, the planet certificates. Okay, if you do, we talked to Steve today, and we're going to put a call together on Friday to help you start move. If you have not moved that into Lydian world, I hate to say this, but if you did not move it into Lydian world, you're not earning a dime. So we got to get those moves so that you can start earning. And I'm not sure if that timeline, we asked the question, we're not sure if that timeline has expiration or not, but we want to help those individuals start earning on their money. Okay. You might have missed out on the bonus, but you could still earn on what you put in. Okay. So I'm not sure if there's anybody on the call in that situation, in a scenario, but if you are, just know that we're going to help you get that moved over so that you can start earning on those certificates. Okay. And you have to move it into a Lydian world, and you got to have, I don't think you have to have Lydian Lions, but Lydian Lions is all part of Lydian world. And you have to use Lydian Lions in order to get citizenship. And that's a whole nother savings vehicle, a whole nother way to get paid. I don't know nothing about it, to be honest. I tell y'all all the time, I'm not in Lydian world like Tanya is, but we're going to get y'all acquainted with it, but not tonight. Okay, we're not going to do that tonight. Okay, and the legacy points are the incentives. So you get that, and that's another conversation. And usually this is for people who are builders. If you're not a builder, it's really the only way that you can earn to get a reward is if you just buying a whole bunch of personal certificates. All right. So you get rewarded certificates, you get rewarded Lydian Lines based on your team volume and people buying certificates under you. Right. So if you're not a builder, you probably aren't interested or have any connection to the legacy points. Okay. All right. I'm not going to talk about Lydian city vouchers. Again, that's all about Lydian world. So that's that. So that was a lot. I hope it was digestible. So with that being said, if there are any questions, please, I'm going to stop sharing because I want to see y'all face. I want to talk to y'all face to face. Was that good? Do you have any questions? What is it? Latanya, give me some feedback, girl. Somebody.
Absolutely. That was some great detailed information, and just breaking it down step by step so people can get a visual of what you actually get with these certificates.
Yes.
It's incredible. So guys, we are here to assist. This is a conversation. Feel free. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate, because we definitely want to get your questions answered.
Anybody?
Hi, like Tanya and Kimberly. This is Carla.
Hey,
How's everything?
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
complaints
It
with-
was great information, great information. Unfortunately, I was multitasking at the time, but I did hear most of it. But the one thing I didn't hear was, or didn't quite understand. I think you said we had, if you purchased your certificates prior to the 17th, you have until January the 1st of 2024.
Correct.
Okay, because I know I have one loaded, or I think I have one or two loaded, and I
Mhm.
know I need to get another one loaded. So I do have until that time. Okay, that was my concern.
Yeah. So they will be adding a timer on your certificate. I don't know what
Oh,
it's going to
okay.
be, or if it's just going to be a blurb that says, hey, we asked for a timer, like a countdown timer.
Mm-hmm.
We asked for. But they did commit to putting something, whether it has an expiration date or it tells you this is when it expires. There should be some indicator coming.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
All right. That's pretty much it. Oh, with the now I'm not sure about the nodes and Lydian lines. Um, I have some stuff, like I said, it's been a while. And I know there's a whole nother world out there that we need to be in.
Absolutely. That's a whole nother topic of conversation.
Right, I
I
know.
will be covering Lydian World. So, and that'll probably take place early next week. Just a really detailed call on Lydian World and what you can do if you have Lydian Lions. Because if you do, just to be real short on this, if you do have Lydian Lions, you can take those Lydian Lions, put them into Lydian World, and position yourself in a country. Okay. So if you position yourself in a country, then you're able to reap the rewards from that. There's rewards that you get. Okay. So we're going to talk all about it
Yeah, that's the
next
whole.
week. Yes.
Yeah, it was just too deep for me. It's like a whole nother world, citizenship, and this, that.
Absolutely.
I'm like, oh my God.
Right. You know, and that's just citizenship. I mean, you could be president, you could be vice president.
Right. I saw all of that. It was just too complicated. I'm a simple person.
I understand.
It made my head hurt.
And
And
then
then
for
you have to
those,
play a game or something, or play a game. And I'm like, I don't want to play no games. I just want to earn some money.
right, for those who are gamers, it's several games. You have trivia games out there. And what does it take? Look, G999, baby. If you have some G999, you can go to town on those games. We're gonna talk about that too
Okay.
next
Just,
week.
all righty, guys. Thank you so much.
Well, any other questions?
Yeah, yeah, hello. Didn't you say there's a way that you can take those certificates and once they expire and move them over and turn them into a few million, like over a 6-year period?
Right. So in the event that the certificates are still available at the end of your 18 months, then yes, you can. I say it that way because GS Partners moves and shakes very rapidly. And I can't guarantee that they will be still available to take advantage of after your 18 months expires. Okay, so, but what they have told us is that if those aren't available, there will be something there. There's always going to be an investment strategy for us. I just can't, they won't, they don't want us to focus on what will be there 18 months from now. They want us to focus on what's here now. Okay. And I'm gonna be honest with you, the only reason that was communicated out because a very high council member wrote it out, that strategy. And he had to eat his words because they said, no, don't present something that hasn't been formally rolled out from the company. It's a great strategy, but we can't say that these specific, it just, for, I don't know how long you've been with GS Partners, but here's a great example. When the certificate vehicle started, it was the planet versions, right? And everybody, not everybody, because I didn't, but people jumped on that. Okay. And then we got the Olympus ones, like maybe 6 months after. Was it? I don't even know if it's 6 months after. And it was like, oh wow, here's something better.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's getting good and good in that.
Good and good. I mean, what I would say is that I believe that we will always have some investment strategy to continuously grow our wealth stream, but I can't say that it will be these certificates per se after your 18 months expires on a certificate that you currently have. And who was that? I don't even know. Black Elite. Black Elite.
Are you still there?
Okay.
I see Jermaine on the call.
Yeah,
Jermaine.
Jermaine,
My goodness.
your name, J Money.
Look at
I
that.
J
know.
Money.
Blast from the past. I know.
Get this money, J Money.
I
Look,
know.
absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. I see there's a question in the chat, June, that you had in regards to G999 that you have in your wallet within GS Telecom.
Okay.
Now, currently, you're not able to withdraw G999, but future tense, it may be coming, but we'll definitely keep you posted on that.
Yeah, and the reason is like if you buy a calling card, you buy minutes on your phone, you can't, sell them all, right?
Yeah.
You gotta use them, baby.
Yeah.
Got it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions? Yeah, that person that was talking, that voice didn't sound familiar, so I think they belong to someone else's team and was dipping in. I have a question. Okay, there's a question above June. Okay. I may have missed it. What payment method is used to pay? Oh, great question.
Yeah, that is.
Hey, great question. Okay, so let me do this because there was one thing that I wanted to show that I did not show. Okay, so for those who do have a certificate, there is another way for you to look at your earnings and your timeline and when you can expect your next payout. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to My Portfolios, okay? And, well, you don't have to go here, but this is not where I wanted you to go. This to me, I'm gonna be honest with you, to me, this is very misleading in several ways. And let me explain to you why. And I'm trying not to confuse you because I was confused. So when you put your cursor over your meta portfolio pie chart here, or circle chart, ring chart, or whatever, as you can see, it says loaded percentage is 108%, meaning there's 100, I'm sorry, not 100. Yeah, 108%, sorry. And that the value of that is $1,083. Okay, this actual certificate only had, let me see, let me do a little more real quick. It's new as far as being fully earned, getting its earnings, but as you can see, its first reward payout was in February. I'm down here at the bottom, right? All right, so this is one of the newest ones, right? So this first earning was on February 6th, which was actually $83. So that basically means that there was 2 weeks of earnings here, right? Which is $83, right? So when you take that $83, right, and you put it on top of the 1,000 that was already in there, that's where that, turn this off. That's where you see the $1,083 in USDP. So to answer your question, it is USDP that is showing as your value. It's not Bitcoin, it's not G999, it's not Lydian staters or whatever, because that other certificate is in Lydian staters. You're going to see your earnings in USDT. Now, as you can see down here, so let me also make mention of this because this is where I was confused too. Okay, so you see it says loaded 1,000, right? Loaded 1,000, right? And then compounded, so $83 were compounded, and I unlocked the bonus of $2,250. Well, I'm actually earning the 4.15% on the $2,250. Actually, this was a Santa one, wasn't it? This was a Santa. Let me go back. So remember I was telling y'all, and I'm trying not to be overly complicated with y'all with this. See where it says cash here, cash to Santa. So during Christmas, the bonus amount went from $1,125 to $2,250, right? So in actuality, this certificate is actually earning the up to 6% on $3,250 because it gave me a bonus of $2,250. All right, but it doesn't read that way here. So that's why it's confusing. So this 83, although that's the fixed amount, I wish this certificate was showing you the quarterly payout. But when that quarterly payout comes, that 6% is going to be on $3,250. Although it don't show that here because the payout hasn't happened. Right. But the best way to kind of see the better details of your certificate, and this is for everybody who has a certificate and plans on purchasing a certificate, you see this up here, this Metaverse Trading Technology by B. Swift, this button up here, I want you to click that because this actually takes you inside of more detail in the dashboard of your certificate. Let me turn this. Trying to. So I can clear this out. All right. So, okay. So Olympus series right here. So you see this 3110. Remember what I said? You got the 2250 on top of the 1,000. So, and this is in euro, right? So this Olympus series, when you convert that to USDP, this is actually 32,250. So this is this even though there was a $2,000 well, $2,000 investment, we already know the first 1,000 is in another side. So on that second 1,000, actually earning on over 3,000 because of the bonuses. Okay, so let me I'm trying to turn this annotation thing off and it's not letting me. Oh wait, I didn't see it. Okay, all right. So when you click on this and open it up, okay, when you click on this and you open it up, it gives you more detail. And if you have a certificate, I encourage you to go in here so that you can understand how your portfolio is performing, when your payout is. It gives you everything. And it's been running slow all day. Okay. All right. So here's a Hermes, right? So it tells me that my portfolio has over $3,000 in euro. So the US dollar is stronger than the euro. So the US dollar value is higher. Now, I gave them some feedback. I'm like, y'all need to stick with one or the other. Like, I'd rather this say USDT. You already told me that this is what I have loaded, but you're telling me, yeah. And the reason they do that is because if you withdraw it, when you withdraw it, it's going to go into your euro wallet. So the original question, let me get back to that original question. What do you get paid out in? It shows you your value in USDT. But when you withdraw, it's going to withdraw to euro. And there is the converter in your back office to convert that euro to USDT before you take it out of your back office into your GS Lifestyle card or to Coinbase or whatever. The reason they have to do that is because BD Swiss is a Switzerland company, and that's the currency that they're using to pay us out in is euro. Okay, they're not associated with the US. Their bridge to that is through the blockchain. That's the beauty of cryptocurrency and the blockchain.
Absolutely.
That you can leverage connections all over the world because cryptocurrency is global.
Yes.
Right? That's the beauty of this. Okay. So that's why it's in a beautiful, because they never done business in the US. So this allows that bridge to happen, but they still have to pay us in that cryptocurrency. And now we can convert it to our USDC and cash it out. Okay. So yes, you are trading in euro, but it's paid out in USDT. So the figures that you're going to see are going to be euro when you withdraw, but the value of your money is always going to show in USDT in the portfolio, with how much is in that portfolio. How much is in the portfolio is going to show in USDT, and the total that you earn is going to show in euro. And when you withdraw, it's going to show in euro. Okay. All right. So in this case, we have the portfolio that has over 3,000 that's trading. That's what's earning that up to 6% every month, paid out quarterly. I loaded it with 1,000. My first 2 weeks of 41.50 gave me that $83, right? It says it was fully loaded in January 23rd. My next reward is on June 1st. So remember what I said. So it was loaded and completed in January. So it traded February. It's going to trade February, March, April, right? It's going to take them a month to do all the calculations and all of the back office stuff. And then I'm going to see it in my back office June the 1st. It also tells me when my Hermes and my earnings expire on the 23rd. Okay, here's a chart down here. Basically, I don't know exactly what it's saying, but this, I wish it had numbers, but hey, it kind of tells you what your earnings are. Okay. And then again, over here, it's just giving you the same image that's already shown in your back office, right? So here's the load. It's showing you in euro. So I put in 1,000. But actually in euro is 1010. My bonus, which they gave me 2250, is in euro is 2100. So that's where the 3111 comes from. So that's the amount that's trading, the 3111. Okay. So yeah, I just wanted to show that. I hope that answered your question. So USDT is the primary, but it's paid out in euro. Did I answer the question? That makes sense.
They said thanks for explaining. Yeah. Are there any other questions?
How y'all doing? It's Ramey.
Hey,
Hey,
Ray, Coach Ray.
how are you?
How y'all doing?
Good.
I'm on mine right now on my laptop, and it's saying that I have no open trades or my financial information is zero.
You are in the
I
medical.
just hit I just hit that BD Swiss thing on top of the menu there,
Okay. And your
and
certificate is fully loaded.
yes, for I don't know if I hit the Hermes certificate.
Wait.
You want to make sure that you go into the certificate that's loaded now. Make sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have more than one?
Yeah, I have the Artemis also, but
For
that's
the
not
one
loaded.
that's loaded, you will see the ring.
Well,
Oh, I got it.
he went into BD Swiss, so it should show all of his.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just hit that and it says zero.
Okay, so when did you load? How long?
I think I did it before the new year. No, yeah. Maybe in November I did it.
Now, Rami, when you clicked on BD Swiss, because the page that comes up, it should say all accounts, and you're going to see several little boxes. So you're going to see your Forex Live account, you'll see the Olympus series, and then you'll see the Planet series. So make sure that you're looking at the right.
Mhm.
And you
No,
click
I hit the Metaverse Trading Technology by BD Swiss.
right. Once you click on that button, it takes you, like Kim is showing now, it takes you to the page that says all accounts.
Mhm.
And you want to make sure you click on the button that says,
You can hit for.
Oh, I see something now.
Oh, okay. You about to make me.
it was probably still loading.
Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see something now.
Okay.
The Olympic series, I see what it says now.
There you go. All right. There you go.
I was getting nervous.
Don't be nervous.
Yeah. But thank y'all.
You're welcome.
Anytime.
You're welcome.
Any other questions?
Question.
Hi, it's Vanessa. I have a quick question.
All right,
Vanessa.
I didn't get a chance to get back to you. You know, so don't get mad.
You're
Charge
good. I know you're a
not her
busy.
part.
I know you're a busy lady. That's why I had to jump on the call. But so, is it on this page here that we would be able to do what I asked as far as using the money from, or the compounded money from one of your loaded certificates to load?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
So basically, so you're familiar. So you know how when it's time to withdraw, you get those two buttons down here, right?
Right.
Withdraw compound. You
Mm-hmm.
hit withdraw, and it's going to go to your euro. It's going to go to your euro wallet. Okay. So
Okay.
you're going to see that amount here. Okay. Instantly. You're going to see it here.
Oh.
Okay. Or do you have one that you can withdraw or no?
No. I think so. I tried doing it, I think like maybe 5 compounds ago. So I have one that has a little bit more. Well, it has $41 more than the other certificate because I don't know where that money went.
So
I had hit withdraw, but I didn't know where it went.
oh, okay. Look at your dashboard.
Okay, yeah, that's where I'm about to go right now. It's acting slow for some reason. I can't get it to go to the dashboard. Yeah, it's not going to my dashboard right now. It's stuck on all the certificates. Okay, here we go. No, I don't see it.
Okay, so whichever certificate. Okay, so you should be able to. look at what happened, because it shows you a history of your understand.
Okay, so this is 206, and this one's 210. Okay, so this one here. So do I go to load more to see the history?
Yeah, go to load more,
Mhm.
and under there it should gives you
Okay, I see it. It was actually on November 23rd. It says meta certificate, meta mining load.
oh Lord, you put it in the meta miner.
Oh no, why are you touching your forehead like that?
Oh,
You remember when
wow.
we said we weren't gonna talk about, let me show you, Lord Jesus. Oh my God. You
Well, I'm glad I only did it once.
you
Okay.
put it over,
Okay.
you put it in this.
Yeah.
I don't
That's
even know what that is.
that's what I said earlier. I don't Guess where you put it? You put it
Mm,
in meta mining.
Well, yeah, that certificate is $41 less than the other.
Yeah, because that means, I mean, if you in order for you to even start earning in that,
It
you
takes
have
you.
to max load, and I think it's like 7,000. Remember?
Mm.
Oh no, 25,000.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's
Mhm.
that over there, right?
Um,
So I'm sorry.
it's okay. Just when I do it again, I'll call
Yeah,
you to make sure that I'm doing it right.
yeah. So you just need to hit withdraw. You just need to hit withdraw, and it'll go to your. Now, you know what? It might ask you where you want to put it, because I haven't done one. So just call me, girl. We gonna
Okay.
call me when it's time, okay?
It
Okay.
does
Yeah.
ask you. So it gives you, if I'm not mistaken, it gives you two options. You can withdraw to your wallet or you can withdraw to the mining.
That's what happened. So you need to go wallet, and then once you do that, when you just go and do the load,
Yeah.
right? So when you go back and let me go back to my portfolio.
That's exactly what I had did, like Tanya. I went right into the meta mining.
When
Yeah,
you say,
into the mining.
yeah, when you say load more, well, this one is when you're gonna go to the one that's not filled. I can't do because this one is filled. You're gonna
Right.
And if the wallet is going to be the very first choice, so
it's gonna be your euro wallet, because that's where
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. And then from there, it'll ask you if you want, like, I'll have the option to load it to one of the empty certificates.
but you need to go
Okay.
to that info certificate and hit load more.
Got it.
Withdraw it from that other certificate
Mm-hmm.
that you want to load and hit load more. And then
Right.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. I got it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome, darling.
Okay.
Any other questions?
I'm off. I'm taking advantage real soon. Carrie, I love you. He's not on here no more.
He jumped out. Oh.
He is such a nice guy. Okay. All right. Well, if there's no more questions, this was a long call. I was going to offer some, like I did. Well, for those who want to stay on, I'm not going to because there might be some people who might be interested in hearing me and Latanya's long-term plan. Well, bye, whoever that was. I done had nothing.
Oh my gosh.
For those who want to hear a little bit more about being a builder, I know that there's some people like, I don't want to share this opportunity. I'll say this. No, June, that was hilarious. I'll say this. GS Partners pays crazy ridiculous. In a way that I personally have not, and I know y'all be like, oh, y'all got a community of 3,000 people and you got 200 some people in your down. I get that. And I'm not saying that to like, brag or anything. But the compensation plan has morphed into something that I'd be telling like Tanya, like,
Yeah.
Why are they rewarding us so much? If you just want to hear a little bit about it, I'll share it with you, because honestly, it's too good of an opportunity to not share. I mean, just the certificates itself. Even if you're sharing people coming in with the $500 certificate,
Absolutely.
told you how that 500 can turn into 800 to 1,000 in 18 months. I mean, that shouldn't be hard to get people to look at the option, right? Now everybody's going to convert over. So they say it takes 10 people to get 2 people to say yes, But the way we want this to, if y'all were with us in the beginning, Audrey, I know you can attest to this. June, I know you can attest to this. Raimi, I know you can attest to this. Vanessa, I know you can attest to this. Tammy, you probably, Elisa, Sherry, all of y'all the ride or die.
Absolutely.
All of y'all my ride. Y'all been here. My uncle, y'all been here since the beginning. So y'all remember when we first got started with GS Partners and Steve and Dominic was running the show. What did me and LaTanya do? We invited y'all to that call. And what we do? Y'all, I'm gonna tell you what I was doing.
Said that. Look at that. I love it. I love it. That's all you had to do.
Y'all didn't see my face. Y'all didn't, unless they call Kim. It's Kim show. She got 20 people on here. Hey, y'all, what's going? Like, I didn't have to say nothing. I sparked your interest in some kind of way. So think about it. If I was able to spark your interest and I give you the tool, we set this thing up, we give y'all the tools and what to say. My conversations with y'all is very limited. Like, hey, I got this exclusive offer. It's first come, first serve. I want you to be my special guest. Jump on this call with me tonight. That was it. Y'all know that. Come on. Did I go into any detail? Did I tell you, hey, you gonna buy this package and put it in a DeFi, earn 3.5%? Nope.
That was it.
I let the professionals handle it. So me and LaTanya are going to build a system that is very duplicatable in a sense of what they had in place, where we have these calls. I'll be honest with y'all. Steve and Dominic are still having calls, but me and LaTanya don't like them. The messaging is,
they've shifted a little bit.
They shook it up a lot. It doesn't really resonate with us and our audience and how we know messages need to resonate with people. And then they go all the way to the Apollo. I'm like, why y'all doing that? We started off with $199 and $499 and $999. Like, why y'all going to spend $20,000? Like, don't.
Yeah, exactly.
So we want to create a space where we have calls. Me and LaTanya are going to run them. Y'all going to see us.
We're back.
Y'all have marketing strategies to where you say, hey, if I can show you, this is a scenario, hey, if I can show you how to make 4% a week, up to language is everything, up to 4% a week on your money, are you interested in taking a look? Yes or no? And they say yes. Here's a link. Tap this link. When they tap that link, they have to put their email address and their phone number in it in order to get the invitation. Once we have that, we dripping them to a call. And your link is going to be linked to them. So when they do sign up and we dropping them, like these text messages I be sending y'all, those be scheduled text messages. We send out scheduled text messages to your people and your link is attached to it. We just want y'all to invite people.
Right. So the work is really being done for you. We want it to be just that easy.
And the reason I'm saying that, because let's just say if you, let me do the math. Okay, so it's hard. Okay. GS Partners has ranks, right? They pay you immediately when someone purchases a certificate under you. That's 15%. So if they do, and this is the purchase price, right? So let's just do the math real quick. So let's just say the 250, right? So 250, not on the load, just the purchase. So 250 times 15%, that's 3750 that you make off of them just purchasing the Artemis. Then when they load it, that other 250, I think it's like let's just say 2.5%, right? So 2.5% on top of that. So that's another 625. So you're making, what did I say? The first 15%?
750.
Plus 750. So $45 off of a Artemis, right? That's the immediate payout when they buy that, right? So that's $45 on a $500 investment, right? So then if you do the Hermes, you got 15% on that $1,000, that's $150. To me, that's like $150.
A whole honey bun.
$1.5 and okay? And then you get the extra 2.5% when they load it, right? So that's what? Is that $25? Right? So that's $175 that you're making off of every time somebody in your downline on your front line. I'm not going to go into depth because you get paid 9 levels deep, but just on from people that you invite, right? They got incentives too right now. They got one incentive right now that for if you invite somebody in right now and they purchase just one certificate within 30 days and they pay their $33, they get a free one and you do too. It's called a fast start bonus. Then let's say that you've been, so this is if you're new. I'm sorry, I take that back. If you're new within your first 30 days and someone comes in under you within their first 30 days and they purchase one, they get a free one and you get one from. That's a fast start. This is new. So we're not new, so I can't use that scenario. But for season 1, they have a 3-to-1. So if you get 3 people to buy a certificate, one of them have to be new and it can be 2 existing members, you get the highest one. So back to that 3 + 1, 3 get 1 free. But they changed it. One of those 3 have to be a new person, right? So that's a way to get free certificates.
Mm-hmm.
I have not bought one of my own certificates and I have 15, I think. And that's because of the buy 3, get 1 free, right? So if you're gonna make $150 off of a Hermes, that's instant. As soon as they buy it, it comes straight to your wallet. Then they have rank. So the first rank is director, which has a team volume of 1,000. I'm sorry, 10,000. No, let me step back. They have a Black Star reward program. So if you get to 3,000 volume on your front line, you get paid a bonus at the end of the month. And that bonus can range from $250 to $500. If you get a 10,000 on your front line, you get another bonus. So you get both of them. That bonus is anywhere from $800 to $1,000. Then if you get team volume of 10,000 and you get that rank in the middle of the month, they give you a mid-month reward up to $1,000. And if you keep that rank, which you will, because you can't go down, you keep that rank at the end of the month, you get another $800 to $1,000.
Incredible.
And that equates to, so let's just say 10,000 divided by 2,000, that's only 5 Hermes, y'all.
Back.
And if you do that by the 15, you get, let's just say 500 for the first bonus. And director last month was 1,400. 1,400 plus another 5, that's $1,900 off 5 people on your downline.
Oh my goodness.
It's
Did
ridiculous.
y'all hear those numbers?
I don't know who don't need an extra $2,000 a month off 5 people.
Oh my goodness.
It's
Just
and
by sharing.
you also going to hit Block Star if half of them are on your front line. And then don't help nobody else hit Block Star and hit director. Same. So
It pays to share.
and then you can use this 2,000 to get your own certificate.
Oh, just yeah, that part.
And then don't have a partner and you split that off and that person on your downline, so that's gonna be part of your volume. And then they hit director too, and then they hit Block Star.
And it goes on and on. Yes.
So if anybody's interested in leveraging us to do calls, to do training, to do onboarding, to get them crypto, take all of that off of you. All we want y'all to do is invite people to the call.
That's it.
And show proof. Hey, this is what I'm making on my money. Then you show them that quarterly bonus when it comes. Oh.
Ooh. Yes.
And that's not to diminish those who have an Artemis, but on that Hermes, I think it paid out, what was it, 400? I showed Audrey and it was $450 some.
It hits a little different.
The first quarter payment.
Yes.
Right?
That
Audrey?
is
We was
30.
on the phone like,
Yes.
show and tell and invite. And we're
That's
gonna Tanya's gonna talk about, you know, she's the giver. I'm not saying I'm not a giver, but she has, you know, that's all.
So you definitely want to make sure that you stay plugged in. We have some great incentives that we will be giving away for those who do share. Just invite. Share, invite, and we'll do all the heavy lifting for you, but we will be discussing those incentives. And they're not little baby incentives either. We're talking about big incentives. Possibly a certificate? So stay plugged in, stay connected.
I'm about to invite 10 people.
You
Mama need a new pair of shoes.
yes.
Oh, that's right. Yes, absolutely.
Starting tomorrow. Like these calls are about to be daily.
Yes.
So since we got a good amount of people on here, do y'all think this timing is a good time for people to come on a call for, and we're gonna keep it short. It's not gonna be long. 30, 45 minutes. 7 Central, 8 Eastern.
Perfect. Okay. Awesome.
All right, cool.
Awesome.
And so in order for you to take advantage of our marketing system, you can get that after you invite 3 people. You invite 3 people, we'll set your marketing system up.
Get a whole marketing system. Come on now, 3 people. Y'all can do this.
3 people, you have to share their email address and phone number. You bring 3 people, we get their contact information, we put them in our drip campaign. You're gonna get like a what's it called, a landing page, right? An overview video,
You go get it.
schedule, the link to your sign.
Hey, Kim, real
Yeah.
quick, you know what, guys? Companies charge for that. Charge to have landing pages and sending out text communications and placing phone calls. Companies charge big money for that.
Right.
We're not charging anything.
Right now. Things change because as we grow,
Things change.
You better say it.
for now, it's free.
For now. So tap into these freebies, ladies and gents.
And you got an opportunity to potentially get a free certificate.
And some.
Yeah, GS Partners has some improvements coming too. The banking side, they bought, so I'm not supposed to tell y'all this, but I'm gonna tell y'all. So those who know who Joseph Hyde is, the billion trillionaire, I put him in, he's a trillionaire.
Yes.
He has bought half of BD Swiss.
Did y'all hear that?
He has bought half of a whole brokerage. And guess what? They about to move all of their operations on the blockchain. And what do you need in order for blockchains to move? Somebody answer the question. How do you have transaction on the blockchain? What's the currency?
Some fees. You're gonna need that G.
What's the gas for a blockchain to move, for transactions to go back and forth? Somebody tell me. Somebody put it in the chat. What you need? Come on, y'all. What you need? What's the gas? We'll be paying these gas fees to who? On Bitcoin. What are we using? Bitcoin, right? Right.
Bitcoin,
There you go.
You're gonna need that.
Tron, TRX,
There you go.
Ethereum.
Right.
Absolutely.
Oh, that one is worse.
You use Ethereum. On the blockchain of Bitcoin, you're using Bitcoin. On TRX, you're using TRX, right? So we've been borrowing Ethereum blockchain because GS Partners is developing their own, and it's almost done.
Woo.
So guess what? Anything that goes on that blockchain, and you gotta have G999. Who's getting rewarded? G999 holders.
Look, y'all better have some G999. Keep a little bit stashed away in your wallet.
Better hold on to some of it.
Hold it.
Better hold on to some of it.
Hold on.
Or rewarding yourself, converting some of that euro to G999 from your certificates.
Absolutely. Yes.
Because they on a mission. He buying up the block. Okay.
And guys, we haven't even touched on this. I will be doing some training on it, but we can manually trade within BD Swiss. Did you all know that? They have a trading competition going on right now. Do you all know the cash prizes that they've been giving away?
I'm in 2 trades right now because I'm gonna win this competition. I'm gonna get my 500.
You're gonna win. You're gonna win. Yes. Guys, let me tell you, this competition, the first place prize is $7,500. $7,500. First place. They're giving away 50 prizes. This is the third competition. So it's just incredible. But another great thing about trading within BD Swiss is, like Kim mentioned earlier, they're not open to the US. But since we are partners, we are associated with GSP, we get the pleasure, we get the honor of being associated with BD Swiss, and we get to trade on the platform. Incredible. So there will be trainings to come. All right.
Yep. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of put that bug in y'all ear for those who, say, hey, because this is one thing I learned from an influencer or a marketer or whatever, is it just resonated me when they said, and Audrey know who this Alex, what's Alex's last name? In iGenius, Alex Lugo, whatever his name.
Lugo or something like that.
He said, I stopped losing my own money and I started using the company that I'm under money and risking that. That just resonated with me. It's like, why would I'm going to share the opportunity and let them pay for me to get a certificate. And how am I going to earn those rewards? By finding people who see the vision like me and inviting them to the opportunity. So from the time that I started with GS Partners and I paid my, that premium package or whatever, $1,000, I've never had to put another dime in the GS Partners. They've been paying me. Every certificate I ever had, never bought my own money. GS Partners paid for it. And I want y'all to experience the same thing. That's a great feeling. My initial investment with GS Partners was $1,000. Everything outside of that has been come from them. So if we set the system up, I just need to know. Put a flame in the chat if you're willing to run the race with us.
Ready. Drop that fire so we can get you guys set up. Get ready. Get ready, get ready, get ready. Awesome.
Lisa always, I'm ready. Lisa, I'm ready. I love Lisa.
Awesome.
Great.
We'll get you guys ready.
So again, first call tomorrow, same time. So by the time we're gonna use the same link.
We use the same link.
Okay. Same link, same time tomorrow. We'll get our technical difficulties underway.
We're gonna be ready. We're gonna be really ready tomorrow.
But yeah, it's time to run, y'all. There's too much money on the table.
It is.
Too much. Too You can easily get I tell Latanya, it's not hard to get a $5,000 to $10,000 money gift. It's not.
It can be done.
With these certificates, you get 150 off of Hermes, 10 people, that's $1,000. And then you hit rank and that's another 1,000, 2,000 at the end of the month. Like, it's insane.
Yeah.
It's insane. And then you inviting people, so then if they do the same thing, then you get percentage of what they earn. Yeah, it's pretty lucrative. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It really is. And it's easy. I mean, it can be easy if you make it easy, you know. So we will do our part to make sure the language is right, and don't get discouraged if somebody say no. Sometimes they may say no, but they still gonna get these drips. We still gonna be touching them and tapping them.
They stay in touch.
Hey, this is what this person's portfolio earned this month. I gotta tell Jermaine, I said, dude, you done missed 4 months of earnings. Because you just haven't made time. What? No. But yeah, that's where we are. All right, wonderful people. Mama tired.
So we appreciate each and every one of you. And guess what? We'll see you guys tomorrow.
I see you over there. All right, great.
All right, beautiful people. You all have a great night.
Oh, she gone.
Okay, good night, ladies.
All right.
Good night, ladies.
Thank you all.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Good night, y'all.